What do Zapier, Asana, Zoom, Shopify, and Slack have in common? They all acknowledge one major productivity killer, and that's meeting overload. Too many meetings are slowing their teams down. Well, even if your team is really busy, having back-to-back appointments in their calendar, it might be those very meetings that are undermining your capability to deliver results and be productive. Today, we want to take a very close look if your meetings are really serving you or if you are in the meeting overload trap. Hi everyone, my name is Christian. I'm a trainer and coach, and I spend a lot of time with teams on optimizing their workflows. One topic that comes up consistently is the frustration with meeting overload. People feeling like there's no time left in the day to do actual work. So today we want to take a closer look at the signs of meeting overload and the reasons, but more importantly also how to fix it. I've already shared some numbers in my previous video and they paint a clear picture. 83% of employees spend up to 1/3 of their time in meetings every week. And when you look at managers, for them it's an average of 23 hours each week that they spend in meetings. Now you'd think with all this time in meetings, they should have a fantastic output. Unfortunately, the data suggests otherwise. Only about 11% of the meetings are considered productive. Let that sink in for a moment. Organizations spend 15% of their working hours in meetings and sessions. A whopping 71% of managers believe to be unproductive and inefficient. So what's going on here? Well, let's break down a few reasons why that might be the case and, well, why your team is not just busy but drowning in meetings. First up, FOMO, the fear of missing out. And we've all felt it, that little nudge that tells us, you should probably attend this meeting. Maybe there is important information to be shared, or key decisions that are being made, or you just don't want to be left out of the loop. Now, this well-intentioned desire for keeping informed has a side effect. The side effect that you keep accepting countless meeting invites, even though they are not directly related to the job that you're doing or relevant to your immediate tasks. It creates this just-in-case attendance culture which clogs up calendars and dilutes the focus of the meetings itself. This leads us to the second point, our tendency to just invite everyone, just in case. Because, well, I don't want to be in a situation where I left someone out and he or she feels upset. While inclusivity is important, it's also a sign of laziness, because I didn't put in the time and effort to make it clear what the purpose and intended outcomes are for this meeting. When the scope is not well defined, there's a natural inclination to go on the safe side, meaning invite more people rather than the people that matter. To resolve this, try being much more specific about the meeting's agenda, its objective, and who absolutely needs to be part of this meeting to achieve this outcome. Also consider alternatives to meetings. A quick call, a one-on-one conversation at the coffee machine, or an email might be sufficient. And finally, we have meetings where the individuals with the authority to make decisions are actually not present in the meeting. And in these meetings, they often devolve into brainstorming sessions, discussions, talking in circles. Don't get me wrong, those meetings have their value in their own way, but they fall short when it comes to a very crucial point in the meeting process, the actual decision making, and that's what the organization needs. So make sure that you have the right people in the room to achieve the outcome that you wanted to get out of the meeting. Otherwise, you're just creating more and more follow-up meetings for everyone involved. You might ask, what's the fuss about a couple unnecessary meetings? Well, now here's the real cost of all these potentially unnecessary meetings. Think about your own experiences. How many meetings have you sat in where you were disengaged, you were maybe doing some work on your laptop on the side, answer emails, maybe you muted your microphone and had a conversation on the side, and just check how many of the virtual meetings people don't turn on their video well, wondering if they're really engaged. Now, these are all clear signs of low meeting engagement. And while it might seem harmless, it's really costly for the organization, because people who are not engaged in the meeting, well, they're also not actively contributing to the solutions. They're basically not sharing their wisdom. And while they're doing other stuff, they cannot 100% focus on that either. So basically everything that's done during that time is kind of half-baked. And well, that's a huge cost for the organization. So what can we do? Well, one way is to leverage technology. A powerful solution lies in AI-powered meeting assistants. Think of all those recurring meetings, for example, your team weekly, that always have a similar structure. Here you can leverage AI meeting assistants to, well, almost become a virtual meeting facilitator, record and transcribe your meetings, and then share the important bits of the meeting in the organization. Now, allow me to summarize the things that you can do to improve your meeting culture. Number one, be mindful of FOMO. Recognize when you're accepting a meeting invite and it's maybe because more your fear of missing out rather than a genuine interest and need to be in this meeting. Well, evaluate if your presence is really needed or if there's alternative. For example, a colleague who can get you up to speed. Number two, clarify meeting scope and attendees. Well, before scheduling and accepting a meeting, take the time to ensure that the objective is clear. And then depending on the objectives, decide who are the people who are absolutely necessary to achieve the intended outcome. Again, consider alternative forms of communication, email or quick chats, and asynchronous ways of collaborating together. Number three, ensure decision makers are present if you want to have a decision. So if the purpose of a meeting is getting a decision, then you need to make sure that the important, relevant stakeholders are actually in the room. Otherwise, avoid having that meeting at all. Then number four, leverage AI meeting assistants. As mentioned before, particularly for recurring meetings that follow a similar structure, explore using AI-powered tools to help facilitate those meetings, record and transcribe the meeting content, and then share the action items to the relevant people in the organization. This can help keeping the meetings shorter, offer another alternative to people. Rather than attending the meeting, they can send, for example, their AI agent then creates the summary for them. Well, to help you get started with evaluating your meetings, I've created a very simple checklist that you can use with your team and have a conversation about what's working well, where can we still improve our meeting culture. The link is in the video description below. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos on improving your productivity and collaboration. And thanks for watching.